Morning students, today we are going to see the next changes. Okay, physical and chemical changes. We already learned fast and slow changes, reversible and irreversible changes. Yes, two halves. Cut one half into a pieces and share with your friends. Is there any change in the composition of the apple while cutting? No, there is no change in the cutting the apple. But after some hours, you see some changes because only the shape and size have changed. This can be called as physical change. After an hour, you see the brown patches formed on the cut surface. Yes or no? Because this reaction between some substance in the apple and the air around it, this is called as the chemical change. First you cut the apple, that time the apple will be very fresh, but the shape only changed. So this is called physical change. After a half hour or 1 hour, the apples, if you see the apple, brown patches are formed. So because of the apple and the air around it, it should be color change. So it is a chemical change. Are you understood, children? Physical change means shape and size only change. Chemical change means it will color and then apple also spoil. Okay. So physical change or temporary change in which there is a change in the physical appearance of the substance but not in its chemical composition. Here no new substance is formed. Can we make the apple again fresh, children? No, we cannot do that because chemical change takes place, so we cannot be reversed. Water frozen it from ice, liquid to solid, so it is a physical change. Water frozen it from a ice. If you keep the water in the freezer, after it turning into ice, again the ice keep out. Sometimes after you get sometimes you get the water, liquid to solid. So it is a physical change. Most physical change can be reversible. Most physical changes can be what? Reversible. At the same time, the solution of salt and sugar, stretching of rubber band, these are all reversible change of physical changes. Wood changes into ash. Wood changes into ash is not a physical change. That is a chemical change. Right? Here say, let us know, understand the physical changes that take place in the water. You already know water exists in 3 states. Yes or no? Solid, liquid and gases. The water exists in 3 states: solid, liquid and gases. Change of state takes place either by heating or cooling. By heating, energy is supplied and cooling, energy is taken away. While you heating, energy is supplied. While you cooling, energy is taken away. These are the reasons for the changes. See this diagram. First, you keep the ice. After that, you heat the ice. It will get into what? Water. And then again you heat the water. It will go to the converted into gas. Again, while you cool the water, you will get the what? Ice. These are the 3 states of matter: solid, liquid, gas. First you keep the ice cube in one plate. After that you heat that ice cube. You get the water. Again you heat the water. It will convert it into what? Gas, steam. Right? While you cool the water, again you will get what? Ice. These are the changes takes place in the physical change. Okay. Here see down. Change process. Ice into water on heating is called melting. Water into steam on heating is called evaporation. Already you know. Yes or no? Water into steam on heating is called evaporation. Steam into water on cooling is called condensation. Water into ice on cooling is called freezing. Water turned back into ice is called freezing. While you cooling the water, it turned to the ice state. So it is called freezing. Okay, are you understood, children? More to know. What is mean by sublimation? What is mean by sublimation? The change of state from solid to gas directly is called sublimation. Change of state from solid to gas directly is called sublimation. Example, camphor. Camphor means what? Sodium. So the change of state from solid to gas directly is called sublimation. Are you understood, children? Okay. Next physical change is now dissolution. What? Dissolution. The spreading of solid particles. The spreading of solid particles broken into individual molecules among the liquid molecules is called dissolution. Dissolution means what? The spreading of solid particles. The solid particles turn to the liquid molecules is called dissolution. If you easily understood means what? Solid particles turn back to the liquid molecules is called dissolution. Okay, are you understood, children? Next one, solvent. Next one is what? Solvent. Solvent is the substance that dissolves the solute. Solvent is the substance that dissolves the solute. Solute is the substance that dissolved in the solvent to make a solution. For example, you take small salt crystals. Okay, you take salt crystals. Here the salt crystals is the solvent. You put into water. Water is the solute. You put into water, it becomes dissolved. Yes or no? After some minutes it becomes dissolved. You get the water. After it returns into a what? Solute. So the solvent is the substance that dissolved the solute. The solute is the substance that dissolved in the solvent to make a solution. After finally you got what? Solution. You got the solution. When solute is dissolved in the solvent, it forms a solution. Solute is dissolved in the solvent, it forms a solution. See down. Solute plus solvent gives solution. Solute plus solvent gives solution. Again I repeat this one. If you take some small crystals and put into the water, it becomes dissolved in smaller time. Yes or no? So here the solvent is salt and the solute is water. After you get salt and solution mixed with the water, it gives the solution. So solute plus solvent gives the solution. Water is known as the universal solvent. Water is known as the universal solvent. It dissolves a wide range of substance. It dissolves the wide range of substance. Are you understood, children? Next one is the chemical change. Next one is what? Chemical change. Chemical change or the permanent change in which there is change in the chemical composition and new substances formed. For example, burning of wood. If you burn the wood, you get what? Ash. You get the ash. Wood changes into ash. Ash cannot be changes into wood. Once the wood is changed into ash, again you cannot get the wood. So these are the chemical changes. A new substance is formed. So it is called a chemical change. It is a irreversible change. It is what? Irreversible change. For example, burning of wood, popping of popcorn, blackening of silver ornaments and rusting of irons. These are the some examples for chemical change. Now I give only one example for you, that is the burning of wood. While you burn the wood, it changes into ash. The ash cannot be changed into wood because a new substance is formed. This is called as the chemical changes. This is called as what? Chemical changes. Here see difference between physical change and chemical change. No new substance or formed. No new substance or formed. Chemical change. New substance formed. Chemical change is what? New substance formed. Physical change. No change in the chemical composition. No change in the chemical composition. Chemical change. There is a change in the chemical composition. There is a change in the chemical composition. It is a temporary change. It is a permanent change. It is reversible. It is irreversible. These 4 points are very important. These 4 points are very important. Are you understood, children? we will see desirable and undesirable changes. Next, desirable and undesirable changes. This lesson is very easy, children. Only the different types of changes. So, you understand easily, okay. First one is desirable changes, okay. The changes which are useful, not harmful to our environment and desired by us are known as desirable changes. The changes which are useful, it gives some good benefits for you. So it is not harmful to our environment and desired by us. Example, ripening of fruit, growth of plants, cooking of food, milk changing to curd. These are the desirable changes. Example, milk to curd. Milk going bad when left outside the refrigerator on a hot summer day. It is an undesirable change. The same change may be desirable at one time and undesirable at another time. Similarly, a change may be desirable for one and undesirable for other one. Okay, are you clear or not? So the changes which are useful, ripening of fruit is useful for you, that is called as a desirable change. Undesirable change, the changes which are harmful, not good for your, not give the good benefits, okay. That undesirable change did not give the good benefits for you, which are harmful to our environment and not desired by us, are known as undesirable change. Example, deforestation, decaying of fruit, rusting of iron. Next, the last one, natural and human man-made changes. Natural and human man-made changes. See, changes which takes place in the nature on the own and or behind the control of human beings are known as natural changes. The changes which are brought about by nature or take place on the own are called what? Natural changes. The changes which are brought about by man are called man-made changes. The changes which takes place in nature are called natural changes. It should not be controlled by human beings. It controlled only by nature. For example, rotation of earth, changes of season. These are all natural changes. Changing of phases of the moon, rain. These are the natural changes. Naturally, we get the rain. So these are the natural changes. We cannot change. Human beings cannot change these changes. But man-made changes, human or artificial changes, we are brought about the man are called man-made changes. The changes which are brought about by man are called man-made changes. The changes occur everywhere, every moment around us. Yes or no? These changes cannot be controlled by nature. It is controlled only by human man-made things. Okay. The cooking food, burning fuel, cutting of paper, these are all man-made changes. All changes which are carried out by only by human beings. For example, cooking, deforestation, cultivation of crops, construction of buildings, these and all man-made, human man-made changes. Natural changes means rain, rotation of earth, these are all natural changes. These changes cannot be controlled by human beings, but human man-made or artificial changes controlled only by man only. These are the what changes? Man-made changes. Example, cooking, deforestation, cultivation of crops, construction of buildings. That's all, children. Lesson over. I think you understood this lesson clearly. It is a very easy lesson. Okay. Once again I repeat you. The changes occurs in position, shape, size, state, color, temperature, composition, etc. Everything in the world undergoes changes. Correct? Yes. So some different types of changes are there. That is a fast change, slow change, reversible change, irreversible change, desirable change, undesirable change, natural change, man-made change. Next what? Physical change and chemical change. These are the different types of changes. Fast change is a short period of time. Slow change is the long period of time. Reversible change can go back to its original state. Irreversible change cannot go back to its original state. Desirable change occurs, it is useful and harmless to our environment. Undesirable change, that is harmful to our environment. Natural change, changes that takes place in nature on their own. Human made change, changes that are brought about by human beings. Physical change, a solute when dissolved in the solvent make a solution. The process of dissolving in the solute is the dissolution. Chemical change or the permanent change in which there is a change in the chemical composition to get a new substance. Are you understood, children? Thank you, children.